Here we go, Chiefs Kingdom! Today we have some news that might leave a lot of you worried, but also full of questions about the future of one of our team's biggest prospects, Rashee Rice. Yes, the Chiefs' wide receiver is facing a complicated situation, and we're here to break down everything we know so far. But before we dive into all the drama, go ahead and give this video a like to help our channel grow and make sure you're up to date on all the latest with our team. Oh, and subscribe so you don't miss anything about the Chiefs. Now let's get straight to the point. We know that Rashee Rice is on a long and challenging journey back to the field. The knee injury he suffered is a serious issue, and we're talking about a recovery that could take as long as an ACL tear. As you all know, this type of injury demands patience and a lot of hard work. Even reducing the swelling and getting the initial scans took a considerable amount of time. Only after that period could the medical team truly assess the damage, and surgery became unavoidable. Now that the surgery is done and the prognosis is a bit clearer, at least we know that the recovery process is underway. However, if you think that's all there is to it, think again. Because besides the injury, there's another factor weighing on Rice's potential return to the field. Our player is facing a difficult legal situation, and this could directly impact his return to the Chiefs. Why? Let's break it down. Early in the offseason, Rice was involved in a multi-car traffic accident caused by reckless driving. The accident was serious enough to lead to criminal charges. Altogether, he's facing 8 charges, including aggravated assault. Since then, Rice has cooperated with authorities, turning himself in voluntarily and seeking to resolve his situation. However, we all know how the NFL usually handles these cases. A suspension often comes into play, especially when it involves misconduct or dangerous behavior off the field. And now, friends, the situation becomes even more delicate. On one hand, we have a complex injury that leaves Rice's return for next season in question. On the other, there's the real risk of an NFL suspension, and this punishment could range from 6 to 8 games, or maybe even more, depending on how the process unfolds. It's a real uncertainty that just keeps growing. After all, even if he physically recovers in time to be ready to play, he could still face missed games due to this suspension. Now, who here thinks this story could stretch all the way into 2025? Yes, that's a possibility, as hard as it is to accept. In a worst-case scenario, Rice could end up sidelined for over a year. And meanwhile, the Chiefs will have to rethink his role in the offense. With a potential combination of injury and suspension, the team may have to manage without Rice, which directly impacts our planning for the coming seasons. Now let's talk about recovery. Andy Reid has already commented that the timeline is similar to that of an ACL tear. This means that Rice will need months of intensive treatment, and if all goes well, the Chiefs should be watching him closely during minicamp. Will he be training? How will his pace look? How strong will his knee be? These are questions that will determine if he'll be fit to return for Week 1. However, just knowing that the recovery will be long shows us that any prediction is still uncertain. So what does this mean for the future of Rashee Rice with the Chiefs? First of all, it's a hard blow for the player and the team. Rice has shown potential and impressive skills since joining the roster. But this incident hinders not only his growth, but also the balance of our offense. And the question remains, will the Chiefs be willing to wait all this time for a player who, besides physical recovery, still has legal issues to resolve? On the other hand, the coaching staff and management will need to think about alternatives. If the worst-case scenario really materializes and Rice is out for an extended period, the Chiefs will have to consider bringing in another wide receiver. It's not an easy decision, considering Rice's value to the team and the investment that's been made in him. But we also can't ignore the urgency of having a solid offense with varied options for Patrick Mahomes. For fans who are always hoping for the best, this is a moment of uncertainty and anticipation. We're following every development in this situation closely, because of course we want to see Rashee Rice healthy and back on the field, helping the team secure victories. However, the reality is that his immediate future is still very uncertain. And now, here's the question for you, Chiefs Kingdom. What's your opinion on this whole situation? Do you think the Chiefs should look for a replacement for Rashee Rice, considering how long he might be out? Or do you still believe that his talent is worth the wait, and that, even if it takes more than a year, he'll come back strong for our offense? Leave your comments below. We want to hear each of your opinions. This is a critical moment, and only time will tell what Rashee Rice's fate will be. In the meantime, Keep following the channel for more updates, and don't forget to leave that like if you enjoyed the video. See you next time.